early 2015, I had the pleasure of sitting down and chatting with Joe Symes and Colin White from Joe Symes and the Loving Kind, who have taken the UK by storm. Since then, both their debut album and their single, Things Get Better, have received extensive airplay around the globe. Their new lineup consists of Joe on lead vocals, guitars and harmonica, Colin on drums, percussion and backing vocals, and newest member, Stefan Bujak on bass. Recently, I had the pleasure of doing a follow-up interview with all three members of the band. So, welcome back, gentlemen.
Thanks. It's nice to be back.
Now, first of all, besides Colin's lovely haircut,
oh yeah.
Can you fill us in on any changes in the band since the last time we spoke?
Yeah, we've got a new lineup. we got a new lineup. These things happen. I mean, many bands have gone through. Fleetwood Mac have gone through it, to name but a few bands and stuff. But we basically sat kind of like we've got our new bass player Steph, who's fitting in really well. Amazing, in fact. And obviously Joe's taken over all lead guitar duties, even though, to be honest, he wrote most of the lead guitar parts anyway. So now we've kind of we've added a new member, and we've kind of slimmed down to three-piece. And to be honest and all that, I feel that we're just as good, if not better, as a three-piece. It's really... I've always wanted to be in a three-piece band, like the Jimi Hendrix Experience or Cream and bands like that. I think a lot of great bands have been three-piece bands, and there's kind of like a good chemistry with a three-piece deal. It's not too little and not too much, so I'm really, really pleased.
Well, that's great. Maybe you can introduce your newest member then, to Stefan. Maybe you can say hi to the listeners for us.
Yeah, Stefan is to my left, and he plays bass, and he likes buying amps. Say hello.
That's right. And how did you guys meet Stefan? Or how did he become involved in the band?
Well, basically, obviously we had a few departures, and sad to see them go. But he wants to do other things, good luck to whatever they want to do. But obviously, me and Joe, obviously, I'd planned. We want to do a new album and more albums to come, and so on. So we were like, okay, well, we got things to do. I just went, well, let's just get a new bass player, and that's what we do. I put up an ad on one of the websites, a website called Join My Band, which is very, very handy for bands in the UK. I think if not all over the world, to get members or make additions. And I put up one ad within the space of 4 hours, and this is absolutely true. Space of 4 hours, Stefan replied to it, and within a week he came down, played a couple of songs, and he was in the band. So it kind of worked out really, really well, wasn't it? As if we were going through audition after audition after audition, which some people go through, and the grueling audition process where you got to audition a gang of idiots or people who can't even play a G on the bass or never mind anything like that. But it wasn't at all. It was a very, very smooth transition. Came down, done it, was in the band, and we're just looking forward to making a new album now and getting things done.
Well, that's perfect. Then it's almost like it was Density or Destiny, I guess. This isn't Back to the Future.
You are my destiny.
I'd also like to give our listeners an update on your single, Things Get Better. That single that was released last year. Can you give us the lowdown on how the song did for you in terms of sales, airplay?
How did we do? I don't know.
To be honest with you, we don't know. We just know, it's sold, and that was it. It's just, we're that busy doing what we do. We just, well, I don't know.
every time we release something, whether it be the first album or this particular single, as soon as it's done, we kind of sort of want to take it out of our own hands and say, well, that's done. We will, that's for you to listen to now. We want to move on and do other things. We want to do the next thing. What are we going to record next? And I suppose maybe when we start doing the next album, once that's done, we'll be like, right, what are we going to do next? Where to go? Well, we'll move on from that. Let's do the next thing. And
I mean, we just have the single. You can now buy it on CD copy from our website. We just have a brand new website done with the changes in the band. So anyone wants to buy a copy of the CD single, the money goes directly to the band and not to iTunes, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be doing from now on. You'll actually get physical copies if you want them. So that's what we're doing now.
Well, I did see the song. It did lead to several interviews on shows such as, Jazzmerzine and Jammerzine, It Matters Radio, reviews on the Independent Track Review, and listen, featured on BBC introducing, and even played at Anfield, your Liverpool FC club, on match day. So that's
That was insane.
now speaking of the new album, you have a new album on the way. Recording starts next month. Where?
Yeah, we basically got the track listing for the album all ready to go. It's going to be good to record because it's such a total contrast from the last album. Really, really different. It is. The songs are still there, but I mean, with the first album, you didn't know what you were going to get, and with this one, it's
Now,
you don't know what you're going to get, but it's really, really different. It's a lot heavier, a lot heavier.
a lot heavier. Okay. Now, is this something that's been in the works? Well, I mean, are these some songs that you had stashed away, or you've been writing, or it's just something that you said, okay, we're going to do a new album. Let's go write some new songs and take it in a little bit of a different direction.
It's basically a case. One of the songs on there is it's a real rock and roll song. One of the lead tracks. It's like a mixture of Long Tall Sally and Leave My Little Kitten Alone. That the Beatles going to cover up, and a bit of Joy and Heavy as well. But it's really heavy. It's just real rock and roll.
Wow, I'm really looking forward to this. Now, where's this going to be recorded at?
It's going to be recorded in Oxford. We contemplated recording it in Liverpool, and not that we've got any sort of issues with recording it in Liverpool or any people who run the studios. Far from it. There's many good studios in Liverpool, but we just decided. A friend of ours, Alex, he was studying here at LIPA, which is Paul McCartney's music school. And when he graduated, he got a very good job at a company in Oxford. And he said, and we'd done some demos with him last year. And he said, listen, guys, I'd like to produce your next album. And we said, sure, yeah. And he said, well, I'm based in Oxford now, come down here, maybe get out the way, in our little private little space and all that, and just record the album, just get out, get out of the city for a little bit and all that, because, we like traveling, we like going on road trips, so it's a road trip to do an album for, so we're looking forward to that. So we'll obviously, the first session's next, in a few weeks' time, and, we're not going to rush it because there's no point in rushing things, then you're never satisfied, so we're maybe going to go down there every few weeks and stuff and just get everything done. And to be honest, because the album's quite a straightforward album, we know what we're doing. I can see us getting it done fairly quickly because again, it's a very straightforward album. We know what we're doing, we know what the parts are, we know what's going on. Anything spontaneous that happens, I suppose it'll happen on that particular day or whatever. But yeah, I don't see why it can't be done within a matter of a few months, maybe.
I don't know, guys. If you guys were familiar with Metallica, they put out that movie, Nothing Else Matters, or Some Kind of Monster, kind of like their day in the studio. Is that something we can look forward to?
I mean, whoever comes down there, we might get, I don't know, someone to maybe film some stuff on their iPhone because, the technology with like iPhones these days, you can
crazy.
Stuff on it, and it's like HD quality. So, maybe, we can get maybe like Joe's girlfriend to film some things for us when she's down with us, like so. We'll say, yeah, film that for us, or one of us ourselves, or whatever. So, we might put up some things.
I saw pictures of the studio on your website, and it looks like it's quite the facility.
Yes. I was speaking to Alex a few weeks ago and said, what's the studio like? Because we've never been there before. And what's it like? And he said, well, it's not just a studio. We rent out recording equipment to. Believe it or not, they actually said they went up recording equipment to the CBC in Canada, so which is interesting. So, yeah. And here and all like French TV stations and so on. So they rent out equipment as well as like own a recording studio. So I said, show us what it's like. He went, oh, this is the desk you use, and says, well, I think there's not enough channels on that desk.
So, like I say, with a little heavier rock edge, this means, Colin, you're going to have to work a little harder on the drums now, or maybe break a sweat?
I know exactly what I'm doing, man. I'm okay.
That's why the haircut, right? That's right. Okay.
I look like a head in 1969.
Will there be any pre-release singles, or are you going to wait till the album's done and then set it out?
We're just going to release the album because we don't like the idea. I mean, the reason why we released Things Get Better, I'm going to find out someday as a double A side was that it's a kind of transition between like the first album and like what's to come in the second album, and we felt that we wanted to release it on its own because we didn't want to cheat people, so that's a standalone thing. and the album's going to be an entity within itself. Whether we decide to release something off it is yet to be decided, but to be honest, every time we release a single, I don't think it'll be on an album, sort of, out of respect for like people who like the music and all that. So it's like the singles themselves will be like special because it'll be like, this is it, it's on its own, it's not going to be on anything else.
That's great. Now, Joe, are you writing all the songs, or I mean, is Colin and Stefan, have they added their own songs as well, or?
No, the songs have been written, but me and Material naturally Steph will play all the bass lines for it. But as you say, like, we all have had a contribution to put through the music and stuff and all that, but the main basic bulk of the song for the album has been written by me. Let's say, if I was taking up one of the new songs that was done, this is a real rock and roll, it's a real throwback to like the little like 50s, but it's really heavy rock. Steph should put a bass line on it, and part of it sounds like Elvis.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's great. Now, Joe, have you had to change, because like say you're going a little heavier rock here, have you had to change your vocals or anything, or the singing? If had is it going to put any more strain on your voice or anything?
No, not at all. To be honest with you, I feel a lot comfortable now with the three-piece. I mean, something over the guitar part playing live, which I wrote anyway, So it feels like there's a lot more room in the band, to be honest with you. It feels, and the sound feels a lot bigger, and a lot of people who've seen us and people who come down to the rehearsal room to see us said, no disrespect to the other members, but, you don't sound any different. I said, well, no, because the main members of the band still here, which is the songwriter and drummer, and I think that the step on board, it's made them even bigger difference. It's a lot more heavier,
Well, that's good.
Steph's here now, we can comment on it myself. Give him a chance to talk.
I just put a lot of dirty, heavy bass down today. Feels the sound. I like that one.
Well, that's great, Jim. I can hardly wait for this new album. Now, a couple years ago, you played at Noel Gallagher and the High Flying Birds official after-show party, and it appears it'll be doing again so on this coming April 25th. So congrats. Now, can you tell us a little more about that after-show party and what's it involved?
Well, something's dropped there. Basically, obviously, Noel Gallagher's he's touring his second album. I think he's playing a gig at the Echo Arena in Liverpool, which is not far from where we're playing. And obviously, when that finishes, the after-show party with ourselves and a lot of other local bands, that will start then. So basically, most of the people who go in to see Noel, they'll kind of like leave the gig and then come over to the O2 Academy to see ourselves and whoever else is playing. And I remember the last time we played, we finished the gig, and after it, they had some woman on stage, like a fire breather. She was insane. So she might be back. You never know.
That's good. So, what else is happening as far as upcoming gigs go?
We've got some TV stuff coming up as well in Liverpool. We've just been asked to be filmed by Liverpool Football Club because they've got their own TV station. That's going to be coming up as well. Some interviews as well, reviews. We're just waiting on dates for festivals and stuff now as well. We've got 2 festivals to play. One's at the Cavern in May, the International Overthrow Pop Festival. 2 promoters from America anyway. They organise that 125 bands over like 13 days in Liverpool. We've got 2 stops at the Cavern in Liverpool. So there's loads coming up on writing and stuff and all that, and we're in rehearsals and we're just it's basically a fresh start this year. It's a total fresh start.
Well, that's great. Now, as far as, are there any tours on the horizon, like worldwide or otherwise, or is this something you're going to wait till the album's done and then maybe consider?
I think any tours and stuff like that, I think it'll be basically, if we're going to be playing, it'll be in Britain, you know what I mean? If someone wants to like fund the tour for us over your side, we're more than happy to accept if they want to do that.
Okay, well, I'm trying to win the lotto, and I mean, if that's the case, then I'll get you guys over to Canada. We can play at Kingston here. You'd get a good crowd, trust me. Okay, listen, gentlemen, I'm not going to keep you any longer. Like I say, we want to just get an update here on Joe Symes and how they're doing, and like I say, we will push this out. So I want to thank you, all 3 of you, for stopping by and filling us in on the start of what promises to be a very exciting year. And the listeners and I eagerly await your next album.
Yeah, it's great. And I just want to say as well, a big thanks to Skyhaven Media for redesigning our website. They've done a great job on it, and it looks absolutely amazing. It looks actually a lot better than most big bands' websites, which is
Yeah.
saying the site looks amazing. So hats off to them for doing that, and just check it out. That the new website's www.joesimesandthelovingkind.co.uk. So you can check it out there, and there's all links to the Facebook page and so on, and Twitter and so on and so on. So everything's there. It looks great. Things getting added to it all the time.
Well, congratulations, gentlemen. I say looking forward to it. 2016 and here's to come, and can hardly wait for that new album. So thank you for taking your time.
Thank you very much.
It's an honour.
Don't say never.